I would like to thank the board for allowing me to bring my concerns here tonight. In 2015, Saul gave me this statuette of Abraham Lincoln when we returned home from an honor band trip to Washington, D.C. What he didn't know at the time was that my favorite quote of all time is an Abraham Lincoln quote, and it states that nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, you give him power. And I would like to thank Saul for that and Mr. Lincoln. I begin by asking the board tonight, and I know we can't interact, but if you know who the namesake of the John O. Calverley National Honor Society is or was. And I would also like to ask everybody here. And if you do know who John O. Calverley is or was, then God bless you for respecting the tradition and the history of this community. And if you don't know, like I didn't know a month ago, well, shame on us all. Because what I found out over the last month is that John O. Calverley died in a car accident on October 18th, 1956, on his way home from a football game on County Road 6 here in Barnum, just east of North Road and west of Battle Alley. He was with Philip Nelson that night. And how do I know that? Because I spoke with Philip Nelson, who's still alive, last night over the phone, and he described John as a fun-loving kid who really loved this community. He was an aspiring young football player. He went to Salem Lutheran Church just as we do. And he took pride in his community and everything that he did. His family also described him as mischievous. And the reason I bring those things up to you tonight, because mischievous and fun-loving describes my son Saul. Saul was denied to the John O. Calverley chapter of the National Honor Society for his mischievous in class, as told to us by 5 of the council members during parent-teacher conferences before they were told that they could not speak to us about this issue. I'm here tonight to support my son Saul. I'm here tonight to support him just as all of those inductees were when they were part of the ceremony on March 31st. In sending Saul texts and calling him stating, "Where is Saul?" And Saul should be here, describing the inequities of the National Honor Society's decisions. I'm here for every one of the 14 faculty members and employees, including this school's activities director, we spoke with over the past month, and the consensus was revealed to us one of disbelief and concern. The 17 past members of the National Honor Society we spoke with over the past month, who are consistent with the concern that the decisions of the National Honor Society don't make much sense. To the one member of the National Honor Society Council, who had courage enough to recognize Saul for his leadership qualities outside of the classroom and inside of the classroom, as the only council member who participates in extracurricular activities. To the 9 parents we spoke with, including Tina Kegger, who penned a letter supporting Saul in his befriending Lucas on that trip in March of 2015, as well as supporting him in basketball at a very difficult time in his life, as well as his minister, his pastor from Mattawa, from Salem Lutheran, who penned a letter of support outlining Saul's commitment to this community and his school and his leadership. For denying a member to an organization such as this, based on behavioral issues in the classroom that aren't even documented, that are used in ways to suppress his leadership qualities and exclude him, are sorely biased, misguided, and punitive in nature. Before I close, I want to tell the story of Lyric Leekander with their family's permission, as well as Lyric. She was also denied in 2014 for her lack of leadership in the classroom. Well, if you know Lyric at all, you know her social makeup just doesn't allow her to perform in that way. And I would suggest to you that telling someone with social anxiety that they have to participate more in the classroom is kind of like telling a vegetarian to go slaughter a pig. For Eric was denied by our National Honor Society, and a couple months later, she was presented the Red Wagon Award here in the state of Minnesota. That award recognized 9 other students in this entire state under 3 criteria: for improved academic achievement, for civic engagement and service, and for exemplary leadership. Additionally, denied by our chapter of the John O. Calverley National Honor Society, she was inducted into the Collegiate National Honor Society as a senior here at Barnum. So I leave you with the concern that our National Honor Society Committee, under its current leadership, does not support its own purpose in stating that, quote, the purpose of this organization is to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop character in the students of its respective schools and communities. I will leave you with this once again, that nearly all men can withstand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him or her power. In Saul's case, he's taken the high road and informed us at the dinner table the other night that he wishes to apply again next year to be part of this group that he so loves, and recognized for his academic achievement, but also his commitment to this school and this community. For after school last night, Saul participated in a baseball game at East Central in 45-degree weather with 20-mile-an-hour winds in his pride and dedication to the school and community. Tonight he's in Carleton and I'm here. Tomorrow morning he will wake up early and go to school to participate in jazz band with a couple of the other inductees. Then after school he will go alone to baseball practice while the others go home and play Call of Duty. After he gets home from baseball practice, he will have a half an hour and then go to the community church in Barnum and participate in the Methodist Church to support others in their faith and spiritual growth in this community, and that is not even his home church. Then on Sunday, he will lead the congregation just as he did on Easter with his musical talents in supporting and telling the greatest story ever told. And that's outside of the games he will play on Thursday and Friday for this school while the others are at home. On Sunday night, once again alone, he will either choose to go to batting practice in baseball or to basketball open gym to improve his skills as the recognized captain of the junior varsity basketball team this year. And he will continue to exemplify pride and leadership in all that he does. For Saul exemplifies yet another quote by our finest president, President Lincoln, that led this county against the biased prejudice that we have experienced over the past month, in stating, always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. And I would plead with the school board tonight that our leadership on the National Honor Society is flawed, and this John O. Calverley chapter needs to be reviewed in its processes and support of our student, because Saul belongs on the National Honor Society. Thank you.